Okay, hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new Class 66 Rocks review. Now in this review we're going to be taking a look at the Eaglemoss Collection's Star Trek Official Starships collection. Now after this particular model I've got two more models left to review that have not been reviewed yet. There are some more coming out later this year, so I will be purchasing some more, but at the minute there's not many good ones that I really want to purchase. So without further ado, let's get on with today's review then. Okay, so as we can see today we have issue number 42 of the Star Trek Official Starships collection, and as we can see it's the USS Pasteur, which is NCC-58925. Now this particular ship is like a medical ship, so imagine, if you will, it's a flying version of the NHS, to put it simply. Well, in the future it is, not at the minute. Now this particular ship actually featured in the last episode of The Next Generation, but that will be in the back of the magazine anyway, so we'll just take a quick look at it. As some of you may know if you've watched this episode, Dr. Crusher was actually the captain of this ship. It's where Picard was going backwards and forwards through time, which was caused by Q. So, oops, I've just had a leaflet drop out there, but that's just like a subscribe leaflet. So we'll just take a look to the magazine quickly. So as you can see, we've got a bit of information about the ship. As you can see there, we have a lot of more detailed information. Now it would take quite some time to read it all to you, so hence why I'm just going through the magazine quickly. So as you can see there, we have Picard in his old age, and we also have Beverly Crusher just there. So as you can see, this particular ship had shuttle bays, it had warp nacelles, an engineering hull, sensor, pallet, deflector strip. I think it had some weaponry as well, but it was more of a medical vessel than like a Galaxy class starship. So moving on now, you can see we have some information about The Next Generation, which was the 7th season in the Star Trek franchise. So we'll just take a look at this quickly. So obviously this covers most of The Next Generation, and obviously how it come about. But like I say, it would take quite some time to read through all of it. So as you can see there, we have Q. He was played by John Delancey, if I'm not mistaken. So now we move on to the studio model of obviously how they made the ship for the TV series. And last but not least, we have the on-screen appearances. And as we can see here, the first appearance was All Good Things, The Next Generation. TV appearance was mainly Star Trek The Next Generation. So it only appeared in roughly one episode, as I previously mentioned. So it was a one-off actually. Okay. So that's the magazine, so let's take a look at the ship. So what I'm going to do with the ship, like normal, we'll take it out of the box, we'll have a look at it, and then I'll take the camcorder off the tripod and place it at ground level, so then we can take a close look at the ship whilst it's on the stand. Okay, so let's take a look at the ship then. So as we can see, here we've got the USS Pasteur. It's a bit of a funny sort of shape of a ship actually, so like I say, we'll take a look at it in a minute. Okay, so on the front of the box you can see we've got the word Star Trek. If we have a look at the lid, you can see we've got the Starfleet logo just there and the StarTrek.com website. And turning the box round to the side, we can see we have the logos for Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek The Next Generation and Star Trek Enterprise. Okay, so let's pick out the box and have a look at it. Okay, so let's just take this plastic lid off first. If you can hear a barking, that's my puppy downstairs. I'm guessing somebody's just walked past or somebody getting into a car. Okay, so the first thing we've got is the plastic display stand clip. So this clips the ship to the stand. So that's that. So we'll just take the ship out a moment and place it down. Okay, so the next thing which we have here is the solid display stand, as you can see. So as you can see on the bottom here, it says USS Pasteur NCC-58925. Now I'm not completely sure what this means, 9428-A/B, but if you do know, please leave your comments below. So we'll place that to the side just for a moment. Okay, so let's move on to the ship itself. So here we have the USS Pasteur. First off, it is really lightweight. I mean, some of the other ships have got a bit of weight to them, but this is really light. So it must have been moulded a bit differently. So we'll start with the front. So as you can see, it's like a golf ball. It is a strange shape, as previously mentioned. So obviously on the front, we'd have all the decks, and obviously you'd have your lighting and cabin quarters with the windows and whatnot. So as you can see on the front, just there, it says USS Pasteur NCC-58925, and we also have a logo just there, which I'm not sure what that logo actually is, but if you do know, please leave your comments below. So as you can see on the underneath of the ship, you can see we also have the word USS Pasteur. Okay, so taking a look at the top, obviously you can see this will be where the bridge area is, round here. So moving the ship round to the side now, as you can see we've got the warp nacelles on the top just here, and the hull of the ship is actually a funny shape. It starts wider and it goes to like a point. So it's a bit like a triangle stood upright. So imagine that sort of shape, if you will. Okay, taking a look at the warp nacelles, I can just zoom the camcorder in if it will let me. You can see we've got the word USS Pasteur on the top just there. Moving across, we can see we have the registration number, but the camcorder is struggling to focus in on that because obviously the writing is quite small on it. Okay, so turning the ship round to the back now, obviously we can see again we have an area where the impulse drive is, and some other features as well, obviously like the shuttle bay, which I'm guessing is this area just here. But like I say, this ship was mainly used for medical supplies, so it wasn't like the Galaxy class starships or the other Starfleet vessels that were used more as an attack and defend vessel. Okay, so turning the ship round to the other side now, we can see we haven't got nothing much different. Obviously we've got all the decks and whatnot round here. So like I say, there's nothing much more I could actually show you on this side. We've still got the name and the registration number on the top of the warp nacelles just there. Okay, so that's the ship. So what we'll do now, we'll take the camcorder off the tripod and we'll look at the ship at a ground level. So I've taken the camcorder off the tripod. And now we're just going to take a look at a ground level shot of the ship whilst it's on the display stand, as you can see. Okay, so I'll just zoom in slightly and we'll take a look at the detail that's on the ship. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the ship round so we can take a look at the other side. Okay, so that's it basically. The Eaglemoss Collections Star Trek Starship Collection USS Pasteur.